All right. So, welcome to the Sacred Mother Portal. I am Sanahata Amachandra, and I am grateful to be here with you this evening. Here we go. I'm talking about this evening. Don't mind me. This morning. It is morning where I am. And there is a conversation topic that I would like to bring forward. So I hope that it resonates with you. It's a little bit vulnerable for all of us to talk about this, but I understand that it is a part of who we are as humans, as beings of flesh and bone and blood and hormones. And it can create harm. It can create beauty. But most of all, it can be something that we can understand and work with. So, we're going to talk about yearning. So before we talk about yearning, let's do some breathing and come into our bodies and our awareness, because I need you to feel me, right? And in order to feel me, it talks about, breath. Let's connect to our bodies. So let's take a deep breath in and breathe out. Again, taking a deep breath in and breathe out. Again, breathing in and breathe out. And as you're connected to and with me, I invite you to anchor down from the soles of your feet, from your sacral, to reach down into the earth and feel like roots going down, down, down. Not shallow, but deep. 10 feet deep down into the earth. And now we want to go 20 feet down into the earth, feeling your roots grow in your body, feeling that. Now we want to go 100 feet down, feeling yourself ground. And now as deep as you can go, penetrating, if you are able to, into the core of the earth. And as you connect there, breathe in, bringing that energy up into your heart. Now, we're going to extend up the heart line and connect in to that energy just above our head. Feel above your head. Now I'm going to ask you to extend that energy and that awareness up to the ceiling where you might be. And as you connect up to the ceiling, now let's take it higher. Let's take it up to the tops of the trees. Now, reaching further with your awareness above the trees and into the heavens, into the great blue. Now we leave our earth home with our awareness inking into, as I like to say, the source of our birth, into the mind of our creator, our first creator. We connect there. And as our line goes down into the core of the earth and up to the source of our birth, we center back again in our heart, breathing in and breathing out. And I want you to feel love in your heart. Bring love up in your heart. Allow it to grow. And breathe out and send it down and up. Now continue to breathe in and wait for it to return. And when it does, it will come from above and below, meeting you and filling you with great energy and great bliss. Keeping that channel open as we connect up and down, we have the opportunity to come back here into our co-created world from a place centered from our heart. So from my heart now, I extend out, east, west, north, south. And from that extension out, from my heart, east, west, north, and south, I begin to spin, recognizing that there is a spiral circle that has no end, and that we are all connected and we're all one within the spiraling circle that has no end. And from this place, we are going to talk about this very, very vulnerable, very, very real aspect of humanity. And from this conversation, I'm going to lean into playing the bowls. So, I want us to share this morning and talk about yearning. Yearning. And the energy of yearning. Now, feel into that word. For many of us, the word yearning, some will even deny that they have it. I'm fine, I'm good. Some will absolutely know exactly what I'm talking about when I say lean into the feeling of yearning. We yearn for all kinds of things. Many of us yearn for divine reflection. Many of us yearn to be understood. Many of us yearn for peace. Many of us yearn for healing, but we yearn. There's something in us that is strongly desiring for the object or the situation or the person or the thing that we believe will grant us satisfaction. And I feel it on my tongue. I feel a great degree of like my mouth watering. That's yearning. And so when I had become aware of this yearning, right? It is why I chose, before going deep into this conversation, this reflective opportunity that we're in, to have us anchor in and up. Why? Because that same pulse of bliss that we were able to co-create simply by sending love down to the earth and feeling it come back up to us, by sending love to our source of birth and feeling it come back down into us, that can give us a satisfaction and a fulfillment that nothing else really can. Not in a all-time way. For many of us, our satisfactions come and they go and they come and they go, and they can leave us feeling topsy-turvy. We don't know which way to go because, which way we don't feel satisfied. And the search for satisfaction, the search to fulfill the yearning, has led to many humans finding themselves in situations and circumstances that, in a space of fulfillment, of self-satisfaction, you might not do. You might not do that thing that you are yearning for because you are okay. Here's the thing. Yearning is not a bad thing intrinsically. There's nothing wrong with yearning. There's nothing wrong with yearning. I yearn for so many things. And I'm grateful for it. I yearn, I yearn, I yearn. And it's a beautiful thing, yes. I also know there are times when my yearning and my loneliness and my desire begin to take me out of my mind and into actions that in my right mind, me in control of my mind and my actions, I would not have participated in. So there's nothing wrong with yearning, right? Yearning. It's natural. It's natural to and because it gives us something that feels greater than its expansion. And that is what our universe lives off of. I will say, and some will think that I'm weird to say this, but I know that yearning is natural because it wouldn't feel so good. Fulfillment wouldn't feel so good if it wasn't a natural part of our universe's desiring for more new experiences, new opportunities, new ways to connect in. Yes, I need this message today. I'm talking to myself because I yearn. I yearn. I'm such a human. I strive to be a divine being, but I am so human. And being a human who understands, my sister, she reminded me, Amma, we human. And it helped me to recognize and reconcile that my body, my flesh, will want things. And what do? Again, I feel the moisture in my mouth, on my tongue. That's how, the yearning does. It creates this strong desire, a compulsion even. And we can find that in people. We can find that in places. We can find that in food. We can find it in things that fulfill us and satisfy certain tastes. But we can also create unhealthy relationships with yearning. Maybe what it is that we have been getting fulfillment from isn't good, or takes us into relationships with people, places, and things that actually cause us imbalance or great harm. And now we have to find our way back to balance with the yearning. See, yearning won't go away. And I pray that this message is meeting you somewhere because I'm talking to myself through you. So let me know if it resonates before we get into the role play. But our grounding and connecting to source, which is something we can do on our own without anyone. We can ground down and feel that earth and it feels steady, right? When you ground into the earth, it feels so steady. You ever be at the beach? Some people don't like the feeling of sand between their toes. Yeah, okay. I understand. Everyone has sensory things. I absolutely love grand rising, everyone. Grand rising. I love to feel sand beneath my toes, grounding into the earth, putting my feet in the grass. I like earthing. I was earthing before I knew that was a thing. I was just a barefoot country girl. Now I'm a barefoot country woman. However, there's also the going up. We get to go up the line. And I like to follow the Hara line, which is another way that we call it the central channel. I love to go all the way up. I appreciate your appreciation. We can go all the way up. We can begin feeling that energy here, and we can feel that energy here, and we absolutely can connect into the source of our birth, where we were first born, the twinkling in an eye. Yeah. And it's not this earth. That's our present parent. And so when we can connect in those places, and yes, these are way out there ideas, but we live in an infinite world. I want to keep bringing that word back to us, because the more we can accept infinite, the more expansive into possibilities that can help us feel good. We need to be able to open into the possibilities that make us feel good. So when we do the work of denying yearnings, denying a yearning is not easy. A desire that when you have it, it does all the things for you. Oh my gosh. You ever have a desire that does all the things? Your feet pat and you're smiling and it does all this stuff, but maybe it's not healthy. And who am I to say what's healthy for you? I don't know. But I can tell you that what we have to understand is that we do live in a world of agreements, right? And so this world of agreements that we are in would call us to make a connection to values. I believe in connecting into values to help guide my yearnings, right? Because if I cause harm to someone because I desire for them to shut up, I'm using it, but this is very real. This is how it shows up. It's a passion. Anger is a passion. It's red hot fire. It will really high energy, right? Anger. So you desire for them to shut up. Or you desire for them to do what you want them to do. And that desire and the frustration without being, it's all kind of emotions we can feel in that. But we have to learn how to find our peace outside of satisfying that. How do we do that? How do we give ourselves that little bit of space, that little space between our yearning and our acting on it? See, it's okay to feel, we've been taught that if you've already done it in your mind, then you might as well do the thing. Yeah. I would not go that far. You do it in your mind and then you see it in your mind and you choose a different action. That's becoming powerful and one who is able to control oneself. Who's in control? Your body and its pleasures and its yearnings, or you, your consciousness, the spirit that inhabits the body. And this can go from all kinds of things. Right now, I have someone who I yearn for. I'll tell you my business. And there's nothing really that would preclude me from being able to explore. Except I know who they are right now, and I'm trying to see if if a moment is going to be worth the long-term process of what I may have to deal with as I go through that yearning. I'm one who has currently been single for some time now. And as I yearn for this possibility with this person who I know, love, and trust. How about that? I got a trifecta. I know, love, and trust them. But I also know, love, and trust myself. I know, love, and trust myself. And I've asked Spirit for the high. I'm asking for the high calling. I'm asking for the fulfillments of my soul's desires, for the fulfillment of my purpose. And yeah, you can just do certain things along the way, but we don't know the price that we pay when we do certain things along the way and how they might lengthen the distance between what it is we say where we are to where it is we want to be. I'm working through these feelings, right? I know what I want. Yearning. Part of the human condition. So I'm not sure what that might be for you. It may be for some of us. I remember when I finally lost the taste for drinking. I didn't drink a lot, but I enjoyed drinking. Now it's like, eh. And I thank God for that, you know? It's like, not because there's anything wrong with it. If I'm out and I decide to have a glass of wine or a beer, I will. But there's something that I wanted to get away from that I allowed it to do. And now I no longer yearn for that. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Thank myself for doing the work, right? But I will tell you that I'm aware that this is a part of the human condition. And loneliness is not. Loneliness is not a norm. We are part of a whole, and we desire to be connected to the whole. We desire to become one and in union with. So I'm going to play this bowl and express some ahs and energies, and we're going to accept that yearning is a part of our condition, but it does not have to control our decision. It doesn't have to control our being. It doesn't have to control us. That our consciousness to choose and to become masterful choice makers, right? To become masterful in our choosing, so that we absolutely can begin to feel and receive what is our greatest desires, not what's right in the moment and right in front of us. And we live in a world that has conditioned us towards, quick and easy fixes. Quick and easy. Well, we can just do, it's not that big a deal. And it's just, it's just a little thing. And, it's not that bad. And you can have this little thing. And, it's okay. And what do you mean? Come on. And then so you have this energy coming at you from outside of yourself, as well as the energy inside of yourself saying, and I want to. This is why I say to you over and over again, breath is our friend. Let's take a deep breath in. And let it out. Breath is our friend. We can use that breath and settle it down, or find a way to allow it to teach us, so that we can become clear, as I said, what the higher yearning is, what that bigger thing is that you're calling for. Because there's something that this small thing that you're feeling the need for, you got this small thing you're feeling the need for. That's on this level. There's another level that you actually are really desiring to be fulfilled at. That's what I'm accepting in myself. There's a higher level at which I'm yearning to be fulfilled in. And that is where I'm needing to explore. That's what I'm recognizing even in my yearning. Yeah, I'm very human. A human seeking their own personal divinity. So, I think I want to pull a card before I play. I said I would be pulling cards more often, so I'm feeling drawn to shuffle. See what comes up and through. Talking about yearning, talking about the human conditioning, talking about how do we find and achieve soul satisfaction beyond our fleshly, our flesh, our human cry, our human rage, our human passions. All of these things that are helping us on our path. They're all helping us. Not one of them is here to harm us. Not even our yearnings are not here to harm us. Our yearnings are here to help us to learn ourselves. What is the higher octave of that yearning? What is the higher octave of that yearning? What's that yearning 2.0? What's that yearning 3.0? What is the higher octave of our human yearning? That's what I'm seeking to know for myself. I'm clear that I will yearn, but I also yearn for the higher. As I reach toward the mark. Yes, I'm reaching for the mark. The high calling. Okay. What is our collective message for today? Woo! This is our collective message for today. Look at this message for today. So this is an archetype. Remember I said that our yearnings are a part of our human condition. Our human conditions will have us locked in, knocking those over, others around us just falling out, someone beseeching us to please, but we are locked in our form, our bones, and driving towards death. But we know death is transformation, right? Death is only transformation. So our yearnings are leading us towards our transformation, brothers and sisters. We transform through our own death, our ability to slay the flesh. And don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about not enjoying pleasure. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not saying you don't enjoy pleasures, because we're here on this earth. Bacchanal, like get it in, like enjoy. I'm not saying that we are not to enjoy our pleasures, but we have to know when we have moved beyond pleasure so we can transform. Death is transformation. So I find that this card coming up as a part of it. I'm looking at the backstory here, Lord. Don't let me get into these cards. I looked at the back and I was like, oh, 5 of Pentacles. I know what you're saying. We have to give it up in order to go get what we want. Like, Lord, help me. So, anyway, this archetype is speaking to us about yearnings and where we are to go. We have to be aware this is a part of the human condition. We move from being the 2-year-old and the 3-year-old into the 5-year-old and the 6-year-old. And I tend to lean in to see which part of myself is speaking. Sometimes it absolutely is my 2-year-old. No, I don't want to share. And I tell my 2-year-old self, you know what? Sometimes you don't, baby. You don't have to share. I won't make you share. And so that helps me with my yearning, right? Like, because if I don't want to share, it's okay to be 2. Sometimes. There are times when you get to not share. And there are times when you absolutely share, and it's more fun. So, yearnings, knowing who's talking. Is it your 16-year-old? Is it your 23-year-old? Is it your 32-year-old? Is it your 45-year-old? I'm 46. I don't know. I feel like my yearnings right now, I'm 46. I feel like some of my yearnings are coming from my 50-year-old self saying, nah, boo, you hold that. So you can get exactly what we want. So that was the card pull for us as a collective legion on this energy, for our collective legend around this energy of yearning and a part of the human condition. And with this, I'm going to play the bowl. Our yearnings will lead us to this too. Our yearnings, we can follow it all the way out. You can follow it all the way out. You can let your flesh do what it does, and you'll still land in the right place. You can't get it wrong. We can allow our yearnings to lead us and find ourselves learning the lessons that way, suffering one way or another, or moving in the sense of I'm going to allow spirit to lead me by joy so that I don't have to become, rigid and cross all my boundaries in order to ride over people, ride over my higher selves to get to what I need. Anyway, I'm going to play these bowls. Thank you all for joining me. And I'm glad, my energy is a little bit more upbeat than it was yesterday. And I'm appreciating that. I feel better. I slept and I took a great, I make a bath and incense called Release. And I use it a lot during the the full to new moon cycle. And I use it really for clearing things. And I tell you, every time I get into one of those baths, on the other side, I come out feeling a lot reborn. So I did one of those. And so, yeah, mama's feeling great. So let's get into some bowl play. Thank you all for listening. I talked way long today, and I guess I make up for the fact that I didn't talk at all yesterday. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah. Allow I breathe into the fire. I breathe and cool the earth. The waters move with my breath. I know myself. I know myself. I trust myself. I know myself. Yeah, 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 I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. I am enough. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I am enough. I am enough. I am I am enough. I am enough. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I am enough. I am enough. 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 Yeah. Ah. Ah. Mm. Hmm. Mm. Hmm. Hmm. I give thanks for the opportunity to connect with you all. May we move forward, ever onward on our path. See you all, fellow humans of our collective legend, as we seek our personal legends, and let that be our yearning, the higher octave of our humanity that drives us with the fire of passion and calls us with the love of our hearts. Let us reach for the higher octave of our yearnings so that we can transform. Mm, mm, mm. I'm complete. I think. Have a great day, brothers and sisters of the light. I'll see you all the next time.